you feel like you guys get the credit for some of the business? Because I feel like you guys set up some business models that other artists, like I've told this to Tech N9ne. Tech's my brother, love Tech, but I feel like Tech and Strange get credit for a lot of the shit that y'all were doing like years prior. You know what I mean? Like I discovered Tech through you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Me and Tech, man, we almost went to war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it got it was 2017. You know what I'm saying? And that was a pivotal year in the Juggalo lore, because the number 17 is everything. And that's the only calendar year with 17 in it in the Juggalo's lives. You know. So anyway, that year we were also suing the FBI because they put us on the fucking gang list. They put Juggalos as a gang, you know?
Yeah.
So we're doing a march on Washington and all this shit, right? And Tech goes on Hot 97 and he's telling stories about fictitious shit, basically rumor shit. He's talking about like a raw dog line at the gathering, you know, like fucking 15 ninjas gang banging a chick or whatever. That shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't true. You know what I mean?
I've heard of some of the shit that's at the gathering. That's pretty gnarly.
I'm just saying, no, I'm not mad about Tech no more.
Right.
But the way he put it down, it wasn't
positive.
Our what we were doing, you know. So
it wasn't helping what you guys had going on at that time.
Exactly.
Right.
And the other thing was, we were doing a concert there. We played Rudy. Where did we play? Right at the Lincoln Memorial. Right? And it was a free concert, right? And during the march, we marched on Washington. There's like fucking thousands of Juggalos out there. We did a march because we don't know how else to fucking, they said they're a gang. It was insane.
Well,
you
guys, by 2017, you were on the gang list for years by that point, right?
Yeah, since it happened in 2011.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You got to understand, bro, when in certain parts of the country, when people are on a fucking gang list, like if a Juggalo gets pulled over and he fucking suddenly on a gang list, you know what I'm saying?
It's a problem.
He might be having a custody battle for his kids, right? And his ex-wife attorney, like, this is a gang member according to the government of the United States.
Hatchet Man tattoo or something.
According to the government of the United States, you know what I mean? Like, this shit was fucked up. There was a probation officer for 15 years, right? When that gang thing came out, when we made the top 10 gangs, she fucking got fired. I mean, right in the pink slip, it was like, we saw it on your Facebook, you know what I mean? You're out of here, you know what I mean? Like,
wow, so it ruined a lot of people's lives.
People were getting thrown out of the military, bro.
I always tell people,
told to cover their tattoos or have them removed.
I say this all the time. I say there are real teachers teaching our kids right now with Hatchet Man tattoos in America.
But anyway, the point was,
but the
Tech had so many Juggalo fans, right?
Tons. Yeah, you guys share so many fans.
He should have played that concert. You get what I'm saying? So I asked him. I felt like it was way in advance, you know what I mean? But I asked him to play the concert. Like, come do this, man. We're paying back. We're going through this. They're putting this shit on Juggalos. You know what I mean? It's really fucking lives up. We don't know how else to combat it except doing this march and concert, you know?
Yeah.
And we tried suing them fucking 4 times. It got thrown out of court.
Suing the FBI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because you talked about merchandise and Spencer's and Hot Topics. Guess when that ended?
When 2011?
Yeah. The second that gang year was like, fuck out of here. All that shit. It totally fucked our shit up. You know what I mean? And it's like, we're just chilling here. Independent business. Artists, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is the problem? You know what I mean? Like, it's so outrageous, yet we just lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So are you guys still on that list?
The list don't exist no more. It came out in 2011.
Yeah.
Right? That was the only year they ever announced a list like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you guys are on that list with like the Crips, the Bloods, probably Hell's Angels,
Aryan Nation, MS-13,
oh my
Juggalos.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever get an explanation why?
Let me tell you something, bro. There was a book that came out, right, called Juggalos. And we had nothing to do with this book, right? This motherfucking book, there are fucking ex-Juggalos, I guess, or sellout Juggalos, right? Whose career it is, or was, I don't know, to travel around to police departments and give a seminar on Juggalo identification, showing them all the fucking labels and logos.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm reading this
book. I know
book.
so many juggalos, and they're very, very harmless people.
They're the most fucking wonderful people. Like, what the fuck? They're hardworking American citizens. Like, I don't understand what the fuck the thing is, you know?
Yeah.
So, what, they come from broken homes? You know, what the fuck? Like, what can they do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're I don't know what. Like, I don't know what makes them any less important than anybody else. People always say, oh, the only one into this shit are the juggalos. You know, what the fuck are juggalos?
Right.
People.
Just, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because they have a name, it's like the only one having fun, the only one liking ICP is people.
I just met a guy. I met a guy recently, like last week actually. My boy who's, I won't even say who he is because you guys might know him. You guys definitely know the rapper. But his guy who's on the road with him had he's just fully tattooed with like Twisted, you guys, like he's fucking. And I was like, oh, you're a juggalo. He's like, I'm a recovering juggalo, bro. And I was like, never heard that. Interesting.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But he's got all the tattoos.
He's just a joke or something, right? Yeah, I don't know what a recovering juggalo is. It's just covering. So if you're, yeah.
Well, I want to put a bow on the tech thing because you guys are fine now.
I get it now. He's dissing us. Oh, he's saying like, I used to be into that shit, but I'm off that shit now or whatever.
Oh, okay. So, so when's the last time you guys talked?
Who?
You and Tech.
Well, man, let me tell you something. Then he put out in a song, he said my name in a song, you know what I'm saying? And he's talking about Joe Bruce, and I don't remember how he worded it, but it sounded like a fucking diss, right? So it was getting really heated up, you know? And we talked. I had to fucking drive to a gas station, and I just was in my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm a texter. He wanna get on the phone.
He's a phone guy, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, here we go. You know, 3 hours, bro. Let me say this. I respect the motherfucking shit out of that man.
He's the best.
Hands down, man.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is a real one.
For sure.
Okay, he talked sense into me.
He's one of the realest dudes in the game. I always say that, man. And he's a humble guy.
He was like, brother, you don't want juggalos to be labeled as a gang? If me and you fall out, that's exactly what they're gonna be. You know what I mean? Because, he was telling me he's with the blood. He's a blood, and if we go to war, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be juggalos against bloods and shit. And I just was like, the juggalos are a fan base. You know what I'm saying?
And also,
they're not out here like that.
Well, this is the thing. If you go to a Tech show,
but they are though, bro. Unfortunately, they are like that.
Right.
Tech was like, man, he's got motherfuckers waiting in line at meet and greet coming up and trying to swing on him and shit.
Oh.
Like ICP, bitch. You know, and he's telling these stories to me, and he's like, one of his shows got a bomb threat or whatever. We hadn't even fallen out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What is the website?
We hadn't even fallen out.
You guys have a pretty dedicated internet fan base.
Saying.
What's it? FagoLovers.net? They've covered some of my interviews. Is it Fago Lovers at the website?
Fago Lovers, yeah. I think so, yeah. I don't know if that's a website, right? I mean,
but I know that they'll like speculate on shit, you know?
Yeah, I don't go there.
Right.
I don't fuck with them anymore. I used to like them. But I don't fuck with them. I don't go there no more. I don't really go on any websites like that.
But you guys have that 3-hour conversation and everything.
Yeah, it was intense, bro. He was like, look, man, he was like, I'm telling you right now, what was he saying? And I was like, do you think I'm afraid of you? Like, he was like, you do not want to, he said, you do not want to go to war, man. We don't want to go to war over this. And I'm like, exactly. And he said something, but I was like, do you think I'm soft, bro? Do you think that's, I'm afraid of that, to war with you?
Right.
And he said, I am. You know what I mean? But somehow I put it like, he was like, I'm afraid, bro. We don't need to be doing this. You know what I mean? And it was, I don't remember exactly, it was 5 years ago, but yeah, we worked it out, man.
That's beautiful.
Thank God. You know
Thank God.
And we worked it out. And and he also put me up on game about his whole thing, because I was like, bro, you start wearing the paint. I didn't ever seen him wear the paint until halfway through the Wicked Wonka tour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not halfway through, maybe like beginning of it. But he wasn't wearing the paint at the beginning, you know? So I thought, okay, he's doing what we're doing. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? So then it's a thing he still does, you know? But he was telling me, man, I've been wearing paint since way before you. You know what I'm saying? And not before me, but you get what I'm saying. Since way before.
Right. He
we
always
met,
kind of went
you
by
know?
like the killer clown, you know, back in the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Seen him in no paint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was though. You know, he was.
His pictures and shit.
Yeah, he put me up on game. He told me about his history and everything, and you know, it was intense. But
it always seemed like you guys had such a shared fan base. Like if you go to a tech show,
yeah.
I've been to like probably 50 tech shows.
Fuck yeah.
And you're always gonna see juggalos there.
So
every
listen,
time
he was like, my security tells me, he said, my security says we should what did he say? My security says he wants to kick you, some shit like that, right? And I was like, fuck that dude, you know? Fuck him for thinking that, you know, whatever his appointment, whatever his thing was. Anyway, so then Tech comes to Detroit on tour at State Theater. And I'm like, you know, this is all happening, right? So anyway, we worked it out where me and Joey are gonna go up on stage and introduce him. You know what I'm saying?
that's dope.
Yeah, so we went up there and introduced him on stage, you know. But when I got to the venue, right, his security fucking throws me against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about OG Mugs?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love
like,
Mugs.
and I'm like, what the fuck, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, get off me.
He didn't know what was happening, probably, right?
No,
probably
they
didn't know.
knew.
Oh, okay.
They just didn't. He was telling me.
Okay.
His security was like, fuck them dudes, you know?
Yeah,
and I was
Mugs.
like, well, fuck them. Tell them fuck you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I got there, they were rough, you know? Even though I'm there to make the fucking peace.
You know what's crazy is the last time I saw Tech was last year. We were in Detroit when I told you. And he happened to have a show across the street from where the Tigers play, right by the M&M restaurant.
Yeah. That's right where I'm talking about. State Theater.
So we went to the show, and I told people like, you know, I'm from Arizona, so we have a certain type of white trash. We have our own specific white trash, you know. But at that show, being in the crowd at a tech show in Detroit, I got to see Detroit white trash, and I was like, oh, I got it. Like, I got it. I was like, oh, I get it now. Like, this is like, you know, auto factory, like, you know, middle of America, Rust Belt fucking is different. You know what I'm saying?
Take mass fans and white trash.
No, I'm saying that I'm saying that there's, I mean, I'm white trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I definitely got to see some white trash at the Tech N9ne show. Not all of them were white trash.
What is, you know.
But it was just funny because I was just like, you know, we have our own type of white trash. Like, my family's like, bunch of meth heads and like you know, biker dudes.
Right.
That's like Phoenix white trash.
Ain't that everybody white though?
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
I was just saying the Detroit white trash was definitely hitting different. I got it. I was like, yo, this might have been Eminem if he didn't make it. Like standing here watching Tech N9ne, like, you know what I'm saying?
Man. But man, yeah, he's the shit, man. I really
No, Tech's great, man. I'm glad you guys worked that out. I didn't
Yeah,
even,
me too,
I knew that there was some sort of like it was out there that you guys had, you know, it might have been an issue, but I knew it was squashed. I just didn't know the backstory
It's all good,
as to
man.
how that
Thank
happened.
God.
That's
Because
crazy.
if we were gonna go to war like that, we were gonna come at him hard, of course. You know what I mean? Because he's so integrated into
Into your world. Yeah, it's
you get
crazy.
What I'm saying? So we weren't just gonna, you know. But no, of course, yeah. But
That's the first time I saw him was on the Wicked Wonka tour at Mesa Amphitheater. It was, what was that? You guys, Bone Thugs, Cottonmouth Kings, and Tech?
yeah, and E.
No, I wasn't on there. Tech got to go. That was
You didn't do none of the dates. You were on the fucking Halloween song with us.